Eric Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. Today we're going to be making an acid-like bass line, and here's a preview. And that gives you an idea of the sound and some of its capabilities. Now that you've heard the preview, let's go ahead. Let's jump into this thing. So I already have the kick drum ready to go. It's just a 4-to-the-floor kick. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be doing this with Diva. And it's a pretty simple sound to pull off. What it is there are two really important things to get right. The first one is the volume should be controlled by a filter envelope with a high resonance. And the second thing is we need to write a line that would sort of go with this. So the note writing in this is really important. So let's go ahead, let's write out some notes to get a bass pattern to work with. So I'm just going to go with a G to C. And these notes go very, very quickly in general, at least for the style I'm sort of going for, sort of like a side trance kind of a feel. And so I have this, which right now we need to go to the initialize patch, right? So I'm going to go to presets. I'm going to go to user. I'm going to hit restore, right click, go to initialize. I know that seems a little convoluted. That's how I do it. There's probably an easier way. That's the way I do it. So, all right, now that we have this set up, it just sounds like a garbled mess. We need to begin to refine our sound. So first, let's treat the envelope because we're going to be playing mostly short notes. So I'm going to bring the sustain down, and now essentially it's just controlled by the attack and decay. So let's dial this in. Now I want some room. I want a little bit of room because we're going to shave off some of that with the ADSR here. We'll leave the sustain out of it for now. We could do some things with writing different length notes and some pretty cool stuff, but we'll leave that for another time. So we've got our ADSR set up, or just our ADR technically, or ADS. And what we're going to do now is let's get the filter involved, right? So we want the filter to move with every single note. So to do that, I'm going to come over here to the filter and activate it using the envelope. So now when I turn the envelope on, it's going to move this cutoff around. And I'm going to dial in the settings to get something that I want. The sustain, I don't care about really. I'm going to set it at 0 because I want the filter to be clamped according to our settings over here. So we're going to set the sustain a bit low. And we'll bring the decay down. And this is going to control, these two envelopes are going to begin to interact. And that's going to be, we're going to try and control this interaction, but it's going to move the filter down for us. So that's pretty nice. Now what we're going to do is let's bring up the emphasis, and that last move right there, you're going to need to move the cutoff around, find the frequency range you really want. And this is different for different synths. It all depends on how their filters are sort of made. Some filters will let more through, so you'll have to be a bit tighter on them and find ways to sort and tighten it up, or maybe that's what you're going for, but it's a per filter kind of a thing. So if I did this on some other filter, it would be different. So just so you're aware, so you got to customize it, right? So now we're going to bring the emphasis in and see if we can get something interesting out of that. And this is just going to add a boost to wherever it is. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Now I want to try out one other things. One other thing. I'm going to mess with the FM ability, see if we can just get an interesting texture out. All right, so there we go. We've got it pretty much done. I'm going to add an extra sort of optional step. So first, let's put our pattern in right here. And these lines, you know, they're really cool because when you move these things, they become really dynamic. So I'm going to really quick automate the cutoff knob. So I'm going to go to browse parameters, and I'm blocking this, but you'll find the parameter in the list depending on your DAW, and just automate that up here. So we'll start off maybe low and maybe here. Actually, for the sake of preview, I think I'm just going to start getting bigger, and maybe we'll start off really low. And then we'll jump back down right here, and we'll have no kick drum here. All right, so this might be the preview. Let's hear what it sounds like. And there you have it. So that's a real quick way to do it. Now, we haven't done anything even fancier. We could add a chorus. And let's come over here. Let's change it to dramatic. And I have a reverb probably is not the best idea. So let's leave it like that. So I skipped ahead a little bit. I did a little bit of post-processing, added a side chain, as well as added an EQ with some motion on it. That adds to the resonance of what's going on. It's a rather severe peaking filter. And let's just hear all of this real quick. And that gives you an idea of the sound and some of its capabilities. Definitely could build up over time, has very high musical potential, has been demonstrated by countless tracks that use sounds similar to this. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Subscribe, hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day.